I love it. I love being in this boring place, recording these boring videos, working on my boring book, doing boring things, not watching TV off, working on personal assignments where nobody is really here to see me. I'm doing it alone. I love my safe space of boring activities. I love my boring life. You know why? Because the difference between my non-boring life, my flashy lifestyle, being out and about, the difference between that version of me versus this boring lifestyle, this boring version of me is I'm actually growing, I'm actually thriving, I'm actually becoming a man on my purpose in this lifestyle. I'm actually seeing myself grow in this lifestyle, develop in this lifestyle, and it started from scratch, zero. Again, you heard me when I told you guys I had no idea of who I was. I discovered who I was the moment my life became boring. Do you hear me? Today, I will explain to you guys why I choose a boring life. Today, I'm explaining to you guys why I prefer to stay in the house, why I prefer to stay out the way, stay out the streets, stay out the clubs, stay out the parties. Matter of fact, if I don't have any reason to be outside, if I don't have a destination, if there is no purpose, keyword purpose, if there's no purpose for me to be out, then I choose to stay in the house. I choose a boring life. Let's delve a little deeper. I choose not to watch much TV. Don't get me wrong, I'm human. I'm not AI. I'm not artificial intelligence, you know. And I would like to say, I'm a cool guy. I like cool things. I wasn't always like this. And I like to be entertained too. I like movies. I'm like everyone else. I like going to football games. I like going to the movies. I like going out to eat, fine dining, fine restaurant, quality food. I like those things. Again, if there is no real destination when I go outside, I prefer to be inside living a boring life. And the reason being is for so many reasons and on so many levels, I enjoy this boring life. And this isn't coming from somebody who always have been in the house, who always embrace having a boring life. I've been on both sides of the Mason-Dixon line and choose this side for a reason. So let's rewind. Before this boring life that I enjoy being in, this boring life that the average person may say, you just sitting in the house. Why? Like, get out, do something, go to a party, go to the clubs. Well, I used to do that. And I used to do that probably way more than you and way more than people you know, way more than people you hung around. I'm the definition of I am now the complete opposite of who I used to be. I'm the definition of this boring life that you see me embracing was completely different for me in the past. I was completely the opposite of what it is that I'm talking about today. I used to live that not so boring life, that flashy life. I used to be in those clubs every week. I used to be in those clubs and I didn't miss a beat. Just like a heartbeat, I never skipped a Monday going to the club. Just like a heartbeat, I never skipped a Thursday night club, even before I was 21. If you know, you can't get in the club. Well, I don't know how it's like these days, but back then you couldn't get in the club on a Thursday because you had to be at least 21. You had to be grown. But yet I was still getting in those clubs, not sneaking in, no fake ID, just my face card. I was that out and about to where all they had to see at the clubs was see my face. Didn't care how old I was, didn't care how young I was, my face card. Skipped all the lines. It could be raining, the line could be long. I was out going so much, the complete opposite of the version that I'm talking about now. I was out and about so much to where even at the tender age of going to the clubs before 21, still in high school, they see my face, I'm in there. Understand exactly what I'm saying. At that age, before 21, they are so familiar with me to where no line, skip the line. I'm under 21. I'm just way out of line, way out of pocket. You know, they're that familiar with me well before 21, getting into the 21 and up clubs. And I kept doing it over and over and over. Not to mention Friday night going to the club, not to mention Sunday night. And I did this for years. For years. Was it fun? Yeah, of course. Obviously, I was doing it. I was going to the clubs. Obviously, my language then was not the conversation that I'm having now. My conversation then was way different than the conversation that I'm having now. That boring life, that was not me before. I was embracing the nightlife. I was outside mostly at night than in the daytime. I would sleep mostly during the day. And the nightlife was my life, vamp life. Shout out to Jim Jones. At least he getting paid for it. I wasn't getting paid for it. I was just out there. But this boring life that I now love, it starts with, it was a journey. It was a journey getting here. It was most definitely a journey. Just think that was my life then. This is my life now. I loved it then. Grew to a point where I love this now. And the reason why I love my boring life is fast forward. I grew to a place, of course, through life, you want to evolve. You know, when opportunity is there in your life for you to grow up, you want to take advantage of that and you want to actually grow up. At least for some of us. Some of us prefer to stay stuck, but it was nudging on me to continue to grow in my life. Growth was pulling on me. Developing was pulling on me. Maturing was pulling on me. Becoming better was pulling on me. Doing better was pulling on me. Not being okay with that lifestyle, not being okay with it, it was pulling on me. It was pulling on me to change. It was pulling on me to become a better version of myself. I have responsibilities now, something that I did not have before. I have goals that I have to tackle now, something that I did not have before. I have purpose now. I'm developing drive in this process. Something is giving me a will to want more in my life. And I grew to a point where I was just developing small wins, small victories, seeing a little bit of muscle develop in the gym, seeing myself become a little bit more knowledgeable when it came to my studies, just causing me to yearn to want more and desire more. Of course, this is new for me. It's new for me seeing myself become something for the first time in my life. So yeah, I want to sit down. As a matter of fact, the more that I'm growing into the newness of me, my purpose, the more that I'm growing into that, I'm becoming less attracted. As a matter of fact, I chopped it. I chopped it just like a tree. I cut it off. I was like, I'm not attracted to that lifestyle anymore. I've been there. I've done that. It's nothing there. It's vague. It's not growing me in any way. It's not causing me to become better in any way. All I'm doing is just wasting time. So it clicked just like a light bulb. It switched, bro. It switched on. And I was like, bro, nah, we can't do that no more. So now we have to continue to keep bettering ourselves. Continue to figure out this life project, this personal project, self-improvement. This is all I'm on right now. And it became something that I became addicted to, bro. I became addicted to bettering myself. And so I'm realizing that every opportunity that I have to actually work on me, my life project, become better, I love it. I love being in this boring place, recording these boring videos, working on my boring book, doing boring things, not watching TV off, working on personal assignments where nobody is really here to see me. I'm doing it alone. I love my safe space of boring activities. I love my boring life. You know why? Because the difference between my non-boring life, my flashy lifestyle, being out and about, the difference between that version of me versus this boring lifestyle, this boring version of me is I'm actually growing, I'm actually thriving, I'm actually becoming a man on my purpose in this lifestyle. I'm actually seeing myself grow in this lifestyle, develop in this lifestyle. And it started from scratch, zero. Again, you heard me when I told you guys I had no idea of who I was. I discovered who I was the moment my life became boring. Do you hear me? The moment I shut the world out, the moment I decided not to go outside so that I can go inside and pull out my purpose, that's when my boring life began. And guess what? I love this boring life. I'm grateful for this boring life. I'm happy to live this boring life because I am growing and developing and nurturing in this boring life. I'm helping people in this boring life. On top of that, I used to stay in trouble living that non-boring life. Now I stay out of trouble living this boring life that I actually have learned to love, bro. On top of that, I get to help other people, encourage other people to choose to live a boring life to find you, to better you. Live that boring life. I promise you, like you're gonna thank yourself later, bro, when you sit yourself down and work on your life project, living your boring life. Now I know everyone is different. I am an introvert by nature, but again, this introverted individual was the same person who did a lot of extroverted things. Again, y'all heard my spiel at the top of this video. Even though I was outdoors a lot, I have a lot of extrovert qualities. I'm still more of an introvert, so this fit like a glove. And I know it's a lot of people who I can't relate to being a complete extrovert. I can't. I know some people need to be out, need to be in the face of others, need conversation. I can't relate, so I can't really speak too much on it. However, I still feel like regardless, everyone needs to sit down and work on their life project without noise. Even if the extrovert lifestyle is what you do, I'm not knocking it, no shade. I'm just saying what works for me and the boring life that I love. The boring life that I love today, I choose it a million billion plus times over that non-boring lifestyle. So this is the reason why my boring life works for me. This is the reason why I love my boring life, because it put me in a position to become a better version of myself. It's putting me in a position to become a greater version of myself by way of living this boring life that I love so much. I can't speak for anyone else, but when it comes to me, I'm grateful for this boring life that I live. I'm appreciative of this boring life that I live, because had I not decided to live this boring life, then I would not likely be the man that I am today. And I'm proud of him. I'm proud of me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you guys like content like this, want more content like this, then if you haven't already, smash that bell. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace and blessings. One love. Strength.